Hi everyone, this is going to be the tarot forecast for Virgo for the month of September 2022. This applies if you're a Virgo Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, as well as North Node. So be sure to check out the other signs in case this does not resonate with you. Keep in mind this is a general reading, so not all the messages may resonate. I also wanted to mention that I'm taking bookings for personal readings. So if you'd like a natal chart analysis, a relationship compatibility, or synastry chart reading, or tarot, you can drop me a message on Facebook and email, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Today I'm using the Voyager Tarot deck, and let's get started. So the first card I'm getting is the Priestess card. The second card is Sorrow, Six of Cups in reverse. The third card is Compassion, Three of Wands in reverse. Okay. So Virgo, I feel like some of you have suffered quite a big heartbreak or some kind of disappointment in the recent past, and you're still trying to get over it. This almost has the Three of Swords kind of energy with it, even though it is the Six of Cups. It's a sorrow card, but it's coming up as a reversal, which tells me that this is the past energy. I don't think this is your energy space right now, but you may have been in this melancholic slash nostalgic phase, because Six of Cups is very much about nostalgia. You may have been in that space for quite a while, and that may have kept you in limbo or kept you from moving forward for quite a while. And when I look at this card, it's not just nostalgia, but it's also about not willing to forget something or not willing to move on from something. Because on this card we have elephants, and elephants are known for their vivid memory. They're known to remember things for years and years down the line. They never really forget. And I feel like they're very loyal animals as well. They're very loyal creatures. They stick to their herd. They're very loyal to family and relationships. And Virgo, you are like that. You're an earth sign. And when you like someone or have an attachment to someone, you get very close to them, and you're very service oriented as well. So you like to do things for them. That's your love language. That's how you express yourself. And so when something ends, it can be very difficult for you to move on. And I feel like that was the space that you may have been in the recent past, where you may not have been willing to forget things as easily, or, move on from it. You may have held on to the memory for far too long, that's the energy that I'm getting, but it is coming up as a reversal. So it indicates past energy. I don't think this is your energy right now. But there was a lot of chaos in when you were in that space. There was a lot of mental anxiety and worry and tension that I see from this card. You may have wanted to go back to this person, or you may have wondered what if things had worked out differently. There were a lot of what if scenarios in your head where you're thinking that, what if I did this right, or what if I hadn't said this or hadn't done this, and just a lot of what if scenarios. But the thing is, we can't really change the past. We can only accept it and move on. And I feel like that's something that you mastered now. I think you're not in that space anymore, but for a long time you may have been in that back and forth zone where you kept beating yourself up for it, or maybe blaming yourself for it. And Virgo, you can be quite self-critical. You're quite known for that. You can be very harsh on yourself, sometimes for no reason. I mean, sometimes even if it's not your fault, you may be extra critical about yourself. So it's important for you to go easy on yourself. Everybody makes mistakes, and not everything is your fault. Sometimes it is what it is. You can't really change a lot of things. So I feel like that's your past energy. I don't think that's you right now. I'm also getting the Three of Wands compassion card as a reversal. Now, and that tells me that maybe whoever did you wrong, or it doesn't even have to be a betrayal, but when this relationship ended, or when you had to part ways with this person, you may have been in this space of closing off your heart space, being a little bit maybe cut off from the world, or from this person, or just people in general. Because again, Virgo, you are, in tarot, your card is the Hermit card. So sometimes the way you deal with grief or anxiety or any of those things is to shut yourself out from the world. But I mean, while isolation can be really good, the Hermit card is about, self introspection and understanding more about ourselves. that's not always the solution. Like sometimes we do need to socialize, we do need to put ourselves out there, and we do need to get out there so that we can have more enriching life experiences. And I feel like because of this space that you were in of being sorrowful and trying to hold on to that past energy or that past person, you may have closed off your heart space where um, because the compassion card is coming up as a reversal, and compassion is about empathy. It's about looking at the other person's perspective and accepting things for exactly the way they are. Not about trying to fight it or distort it into some other memory or some other version that you think is true. And maybe that was lacking a little bit in the past. Maybe you blame the other person, or you beat yourself up for it. But that is again coming up as a reversal. So it tells me that you are out of that space. You are more tolerant towards people. You're more willing to see the other person's point of view. You're ready to see the other person's perspective, and you're more open-minded now, open-hearted right now, I should say. And I'm also getting the Priestess card as your overall energy for the month of September, Virgo. And it's interesting because this card has shown up in a lot of readings so far. And September, I feel for you, it is your season, Virgo. So you are in your element right now. But I feel like the Priestess card is about being passive. It's about being very spiritually inclined and tapped into the source, and knowing that, whatever the universe has in store for you, it's in your best interest. So it's not about trying to make anything happen. It's about literally coasting or cruising or going with the flow, however you want to call it. And it's seeing things for exactly the way they are. It's not trying to paint it in any other way. It's not trying to sugarcoat it. It's not even trying to blame anybody or anything. It's just seeing it, seeing everything from a very neutral perspective. Because that's when you really see things for the way they are. You see people for the way they are. You see life situations for the way they are. You see what the universe has in store for you. You see people's motivations, intentions. Everything becomes very clear when you don't interfere in the pattern of the process that the universe is trying to make for you. So the Priestess energy is very much about that. It's about leaning into that passivity so that you see everything for exactly the way it is. You're not trying to make anything happen. You're not trying to interfere in the natural order of things. And sometimes that can be beautiful. Sometimes, don't you want to know, like, will a person approach you, or will a person, contact you of their own free will rather than trying to make something happen? And so it's not just about relationships. It's also about life in general. You know, if some if something is not meant to be in your path, it's basically not going to be there, or it's going to fall away. And I think it's a process of letting that falling away happen without trying to stop it or without trying to hold on to it. And I think that's really important for you, Virgo, in the month of September. I will draw one more card just to see any final messages for you. Okay, so we have got the Five of Wands oppression card in reverse. The Five of Wands in the Rider-Waite deck is this card of being very combative. It's not necessarily swords energy, it's wands energy. So it's a lot of peer pressure, being trained for a war or a battle. There's a lot of competitive spirit in the Five of Wands energy. And in the Voyager deck, this is basically the oppression card. This is you having self-limiting beliefs that have kept you in a cage for a very long time. And Virgo, sometimes you can do that. You can tell yourself certain limiting things. Like, for example, you don't deserve XYZ, or this is not good enough for you, or you're not up to the mark for XYZ. And I think it's really important that you come out of that shell and start believing that you deserve it all. Everything that is meant for you, you deserve it. And I think you're out of that space because this is coming up as a reversal. And the oppression card has a lot to do with the limitations that we impose on ourselves. It's not so much an external limitation as much as it is about an internal limitation. So Virgo, I feel like this is you in the past because this is coming up as a reversal, so it's not your present energy. This is you in the past, where you told yourself certain limiting things, or you put certain restrictions on yourself, you placed certain barriers on yourself, which prevented you from living a very full and happy life. And Virgo, sometimes you can do that. Sometimes you can, because you are a sign that's ruled by Mercury, and Mercury rules the mind. You can sometimes be in your head a lot. Even though you are an earth sign, you can be very cerebral. You can be very much of an overthinker, a worrier, a chronic worrier. Maybe you have a lot of anxiety. You can be prone to these things. Over analysis, like analysis paralysis, that can be something that you are prone to, Virgo. And that can really affect your nervous system, because it's just too much of an overload sometimes, where your mind just can't shut down. And this could be one of the things that has been keeping you from moving forward. Maybe it had to do with the past relationship or whoever this person you were with. But there was this mental cage of thoughts that kept you from moving forward. But because this is coming up as a reversal, I feel like this is again past energy. This is not your energy in the present moment. So you've kind of moved away from that. But yes, the overall energy for you, Virgo, in the month of September is to adopt this energy of the priestess, which is about leaning into the passivity, and not forcing anything to happen, not trying to make anything happen, just letting things flow and come and go as they will, and just seeing how it plays out. And I think that can be a very refreshing experience for you. So, Virgo, those are your overall messages for the month of September. If you like this video, do give it a thumbs up. Your likes help my videos stay relevant in the YouTube algorithm, and help other people watch this video who may be interested in similar topics. And if you like this video, if it resonated with you, do drop in a comment in the comment box. And if you'd like to contact me for a reading, definitely contact me on Facebook or email, and I will get in touch with you soon. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.